Suddhananda divyestave Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadai Gayantiyam Samagha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yoginaha Isyantam Avidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai. Verse 4 onwards, please. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme vinna prakrutirashtadha apareyamitastvanyam prakrutim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahavaho yaidam dharyate jagat etad yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadharaye aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha matta parataram nanyate kinchidasti dhananjaya Mai sarvamidam protam Sutre maniganaiva Matta parataram nanyate Kinchidasti dhananjaya Mai sarvamidam protam Sutre maniganaiva. As even these chapters continue, if you are really into contemplation, the moment you say the word Ishvara, you cannot escape being a part of this existence where nothing can stand away from it. Just like when you say individual, the I, at once the word I has two dimensions, Vachyartha, Lakshyartha, Jnana, Vijnana. Please see that. Do not approach the study as something covering the verses or covering the chapters, being informed about certain words or concepts, but seeing it clearly. Because what you are understanding is something which is already existing in the creation as it is. Long before we divide this earth into so many countries, it is only one earth. Long before you divide this into so many planets, it's one solar system, one universe, one existence. Even the universe, when I talk, only a material description. It's like the total matter. If you talk about consciousness, then Pinda, microcosm, becomes Jiva. Brahmanda, macrocosm, becomes Ishvara. That is why consciousness, yourself, is so important. Long before you listen to these words, that is why so many introductory classes for hours and hours. You study all these things, know about yourself very clearly. Because before you go into Ishvara, it is absolutely essential that you see Jiva, the individual. Without looking at yourself, the I, the individual, you cannot take that leap into totality, the macrocosm. The biggest mistake people commit is they try to move into the macrocosm, Ishvara, even before being aware of themselves. It's like person doesn't know anything about his body, about his senses, but he wants to know something about absolute happiness, Brahman. It becomes a curious man's unhappy adventure unto unknown. But he never shall know the truth for himself, because it begins with the beginning. You must start with yourself, and you are the beginning. You must start with yourself. Because when you say the word I, it has two dimensions, Vachyartha, Lakshyartha. Immediate meaning, implied meaning. If you can see that clearly, that when I say the word I, and it identifies with riches, body, senses, the degrees, the job, the money that you earn, provides you relative secular identities. Pick up a faith on your gods and traditions, religions, that provides you a religious identity. But who you are, who is picking up all these identities, different from both secular as well as religious identities. Long before you say, I am the body, first you say, I am, then the body comes. Before you say you are a PhD, you are existing. Listen carefully. If you say, I am PhD, before you pick up the degree, did you exist or not? I am a child. Before I become young, before the body becomes young, I continue to exist. And when the body grows to the youth, the I moves on. The same thing. You must see it clearly. That is why your contemplation, absolutely essential. A non-contemplative mind will find it extremely difficult to understand himself. Thereafter will go on cheating people with the sensation of words. God will do this, God will do that. Don't worry about God. Start worrying about yourself. That is why the first 6 chapters, see the beauty. The whole tradition provides the sharpest focus on the individual, you. Most theologies, most religions in the world will go on banging everything on the name of God, God, God. You don't worry about God. You start with yourself. Do not worry about God. You start with yourself. You are the beginning. If you are not there, as we have seen in our Tattvabodha classes, if you are not there, creation means nothing to you. You are the biggest mystery. In your presence, creation is a mystery. In your presence, Creator is a mystery. If you don't exist, if you cease to exist, creation, Creator, nothing means anything. So, understand about yourself. Begin with yourself, and you see very clearly, with so many identifications about yourself, you have 2 dimensions, relative, absolute. Relative dimensions are in relation to something you relate yourself. Who are you? Rich in relation to riches. Same land is there, no more you are the owner, poor. Something happens to the land, meaning possession, dispossession. Nothing happens to you, but you drag that role onto yourself. Body. I am body. Now body goes on changing. That is, your identity goes on changing. I child, I young, I adult, I old. Body goes on changing. Relative identities goes on changing. Until you are married, you are son of somebody, daughter of somebody. Until that, you are not a wife yet, husband yet. The day you get married, you pick up a new identity. An identity is born. You are not born. As long as uneducated, the moment you pass your graduation, graduate, PhD, professional degree. You are still not managing director, you are still not a manager, you are still not vice president. The moment you pick up the job, I am vice president. Go on picking up identities, please. Are you getting that? You must see it for yourself. Until you visit a country, you are not a visitor to that country, just ordinary person. But the moment you see it, foreign return, pride, arrogance comes. Understand? So all these are relative identities, thoughts, body, senses, everything. But who you are, independently existing, long before you pick up any relative identity. So who you are is the absolute common denominator, which remains, the I remains the common denominator in and through all the roles. And who is this I? Meaning of the word I. Consciousness, yourself, the awareness. The meaning of the word aham pratyaya gochara. Thus when you see, the word I has two dimensions, vachyartha, lakshyartha. Immediate meaning, implied meaning. When you see, thereafter your role playing becomes easier. And then it becomes easier to take the leap that this body, identifying with which I consider myself man or woman, this body doesn't stand isolated in this universe. This body forms the part of the total body. The total macrocosmic elemental universe. Becomes very difficult for people to accept it. Reason being, you have too long lived with the idea that you are independently walking through the universe. You are not. Every moment the space embraces you. Can you get out of the embrace of the space at any time? Space makes an integral part of your physical existence. Will you please see that? You don't carry your oxygen packet. You are moving on the pool of oxygen. Vayu keeps you alive. Take away that oxygen from your system, you are dead. What is dead man? Lying in the pool of oxygen, the oxygen doesn't go anymore. Vayu, finished. What happens to the dead man? Heat goes away, cold to the touch. So the heat also, Agni, fire, keeps you going every moment. Water forms the part of the body, 72% of the body, water. Then of course the earth is there. So what you see, a little mechanical robot-like thing, elemental robot walking around, a mobile home, after all, not that independent, is part of the totality. When you call it part of the totality, it becomes an impersonal existence. When you call that totality as Ishvara, it becomes intimate. And because you name it Ishvara, God, it doesn't become God. It's already total God existing. It's not a name for a form. Just like you as an individual, you say, I am the body, I am, and it means at once your body and the bodiless awareness. The samasti, when he says I, the totality, consciousness, as well as all bodies at his disposal. In the South Indian tradition, is so beautiful, the naming tradition. When you read that book, God My Best Friend, you can go through that very clearly. For the occasion, I'll explain that word again, so that you learn to expand. Rather, you discover how you are a part of an already expanded universe. Your identity is not that limited. Understand? Your vision is corrupted by ignorance. Your vision is limited because of your non-recognition of yourself. Because of your corrupted vision, the truth doesn't get corrupted. Because you don't see the power of gravity, law of gravity, doesn't mean law of gravity doesn't exist. Just because you don't see that is only one earth, but you fight in the name of Tamil Nadu for Tamils, Malayalam for Malayali, Hindi for Hindi people, India for Indians, China for Chinese. Because we have been looking at like this, therefore the fact doesn't disappear, there is only one earth. Earth doesn't feel divided when you draw the line. God doesn't feel divided when man draws the line. Maybe it's a Hindu God, Muslim God, Christian God. There is no such stuff. God has no religion. God is not a religious guy. That is why Vedic tradition, Hindu tradition is not a religion. There is nothing religious about it in the ordinary sense of the term. People will not accept it. The world is too long divided in the name of religions. Therefore, they give you a name and divide you, like Hinduism. The word Hindu doesn't exist in the tradition. It doesn't exist in the Vedas, it doesn't exist in Upanishads. Nowhere the word Hindu comes. But it has been branded, just like caste system. Nowhere there is sanction for caste system, but happily or unhappily, people are sticking to that nonsense, unacceptable rubbish. Same thing also. No world is ever divided just because you divide it into 200 countries. The house doesn't feel divided. Brothers feel divided. The same house where the two children, two brothers grow up. The whole house they enjoyed. But suddenly one day they decide, this part yours, this part mine, enemy territory. Same thing also, line of control. Human beings divide. Earth doesn't feel divided. God doesn't feel isolated. Understand? But anyway, look at this beautiful South Indian tradition where if you analyze it, see how the identity goes on expanding, and you should expand it in your mind. When you ask the person, what is your name? South Indian names are very big, even computers don't take it. 16 letters, name should be there. What is your name? Oh, my name is A.R. Ramasubramaniam. Just think of it. A.R. Ramasubramaniam. Okay, just a name, any name you can take. Now, what is that A.R. Ramasubramaniam? North Indian people get confused. Sometimes some people, especially in Karaigudi, Chettiar names, A, B, C, D, E, F, W, Chettiar. God knows what. D, V, C, P, R, M, something. But everything has a name. Everything has that, it's an abbreviation, like in some Telugu names also like that. Like goes on. Now if you see it, usually if you say, let us take our hero now, A.R. Ramasubramaniam. A name is given to him. His name is Ramasubramaniam. His father's name is Raghavan R. Raghavan. And he comes from Adiyanamalai village. So his name is Adiyanamalai Raghavan Ramasubramaniam. In a village, when he is growing up, in this small little village, hamlet, when he is growing up, if people ask him, children, among them, since the child is growing up, Yare Ramasubramaniam. Ramasubramaniam. Who is this Ram? Ram already knows Ramasubramaniam. You have to relate to somebody. Your father is well known, more known than you. He has been a little longer around. Therefore, your father is known. So you say, Raghavan. Raghavana. So everybody is born to Raghavan puts R. R Ramasubramaniam, R Lakshmanan, R Bharatan, something like that. You put everything R. Everybody, in general, Raghavan, in particular, Ramasubramaniam. Please see. So your identity is now going to the father. You by yourself will not be recognized. Ramasubramaniam, who is that? Nobody. Please see, it's a majestic, it's a beauty. You must see that things for yourself very clearly. Ramasubramaniam, Raghavan. Raghavana, his son. Okay. So in general, Raghavan, your identity is increasing, expanding. In general, you are Raghavan, in particular Ramasubramaniam. Then one day, when you are 7-year-old, 6-year-old, you cross the border of this village. By yourself, you have gone walking down to Tiruvannamalai town. Then somebody asks, who are you? Ramasubramaniam. Ramasubramaniam. Raghavan, your father is not known outside the village. You don't know what to do. Raghavan. Raghavan. Who is that? Adiyanamalai. Have you heard of Adiyanamalai? Oh, Adiyanamalai. Hey, are you getting that? Oh, Adiyanamalai. So now what is your identity? You are, in general, your identity now see, expanding to Adiyanamalai. You are Adiyanamalai in general, in particular, Raghavan. So now in between, in particular, Ramasubramaniam, Raghavan is now gone. You are part of Adiyanamalai. Then you go to Madras, you want to study. Yare Ramasubramaniam. Raghavan. Adiyanamalai. Adi or Adi? Adiyanamalai. What is Adiyanamalai? Adiyanamalai. Tiruvannamalai Tiruma. Oh, Tiruvannamalai. So now you know what you should really do. What should be your name? T. Tiruvannamalai, Adiyanamalai, Raghavan, Ramasubramaniam. See. So you are now expanding. In general, Tiruvannamalai, Adiyanamalai forgotten. Raghavan. Now you studied nicely. From Madras, you jump the sea. You go to London. Or you go to another state. Let us say you went to Bombay to study. And when you go to Bombay, they ask, who are you? Ramasubramaniam. Yeah, we know, who are you? Raghavan, son of Raghavan. Forget it. Adiyanamalai, where is that? Tiruvannamalai, what Tiruvannamalai? Are they brothers? Tiruvannamalai, Adiyanamalai? The fellow will not understand. Tamil Nadu, theriyuma? Tamil Nadu? Tamil Nadu. Oh, okay. Madurai temple, Tamil Nadu. So, in reality, what should be your name? T-A-R Ramasubramaniam. Tamil Nadu, Tiruvannamalai, Adiyanamalai, Raghavan, Ramasubramaniam. I'm not telling you stories, expand. Please observe. Lucky that you are gone from Adiyanamalai to Bombay. You are capable. You jumped the sea. You reached New York for your higher studies. And there the American asks you, where are you? Who are you? You don't even tell him Ramasubramaniam, Ram. If you say Ramasubramaniam, you won't understand. Ram. Ram means goat. R-A-M, Ram, sheep. Okay? Ram. Okay. Anyway, even if you say Ram, he doesn't understand. You can twist your tongue, do anything you like. You won't understand. What is Ram? All right. Raghavan, and forget Raghavan. Adiyana, useless. Tiruvannamalai, forget. Tamil Nadu, what nonsense. India, oh, India na? If you say Tamilian, what nonsense. Nobody is going to understand. Indian. So what should be your name really? I, T, Indian, Tamilian, T, Tiruvannamalai, Adiyanamalai, Raghavan, Indian. So you are now no more a small baby of the village. Indian. What is your identity? Part of the whole peninsula, the vast Indian subcontinent. You are. Lucky that you are gone to America, you got selected to go to outer space also. You're a bright fellow. They push you into a spacecraft. You are going to Mars. And you go to Mars. Lucky that you have been so far from Adiyanamale village, you have gone to Newark. And you have seen so many things, done so many things. When you reach Mars, a Martian appears. He was hiding from all other astronauts. But when you reach, they appear. Just to have a conversation for my talk. Okay? So the fellow appears. And then in his digital robotic language, who is that? Who are you? Now suppose the fellow says, Adiyanamalai. India, what nonsense. Nobody will understand. In Mars, you show him. Do you see that green planet? Earth. So what's your identity? You are part of the whole earth. E, I, India, T, Tamil Nadu, T, Tiruvannamalai, A, Adiyanamalai, Raghavan, Ramasubramaniam. See how it expands. Now that you have gone to that place, now you have become friendly with the Martian, and there is a collaboration between Martian and Earth technology, and the Martians say, we are going to the next galaxy. Will you come? Yes. But first trip you take alone, or else the story will be inconvenient. So first trip you go alone to another galaxy. So lucky Ramasubramaniam goes to another galaxy. When he goes to another galaxy, lucky again that another galactic member from that galaxy, somebody appears in front of him. Who is that? If you tell him Earth also, he won't understand. You understand solar system? Forget. You know this galaxy? Yes. I'm from Andromeda. Oh. So your name is Andromeda Galaxy, A. Solar system, yes. Earth, E. India, I. Tamil Nadu, T. Tiruvannamalai, T. Adiyanamalai, A. Raghavan, Ramasubramaniam. It so happens, now extension, in your imagination, you go to another universe. From this universe, full of billions of galaxies, you go to another universe. There is no neighborhood in galaxy. In the universe, suppose there is outside the physical universe, there is nothing outside. Physical universe, physically, subtler thing is different. Go to outside physical universe. If somebody asks, who are you? If you tell the name of galaxies also, they won't recognize. You see this universe. So what is your first name? You. Universe. A. Andromeda. S. Solar system. Earth. India. Tamil Nadu. Tiruvannamalai. Adiyanamalai. Raghavan, Ramasubramaniam. You are part of the whole thing. Universe. Now tell me, can you die in this physically? Don't have a sense of individuality, the I. You are always part of the totality. As you are breathing, walking, doing anything, There is only a change. Like the wave doesn't die, changes, disintegrates in totality in the ocean, remains in one form or the other. That is why body has no fear of death. When you bring in the I, individuality, consciousness, then it becomes a different game. It's no more body, a pinda, microcosm. It is jiva, jivati, alive. If this tiny body can have a sense of individuality, this form, and in this, listen carefully, in this there is also inanimate thing. Hit here, you hit me. Cut your nail, cut your hair, inanimate. Because a human being is walking, they are also living. This is shouting. Birds, animals, so many living things. Also so many non-living things. Therefore, because non-living things seems to be vaster, the earth and other things like, mountains and other things, as though. So we think, how can the whole universe be conscious? But that is where you make a difference. To be conscious, understand, in your mind, in your thought, in your brain, you discover that, you see that. But your entire body is unconscious. Your brain receives it, understand. Therefore, does not mean only brain is conscious, others are unconscious. Same consciousness everywhere. As if in one body, some total universe, with a pinda, microcosm, if you call it jiva, with a totality, call it Ishvara. As if you can't stand apart from the universe, you can't stand apart from God. So if you want the first name, what is your first name? Physically you say you, universe. But the moment you say consciousness with the totality, if you want to give it a name, Ishvara. That is why in this tradition, everybody's first name is Sri. Sriman, Srimati. Sri, divinity, infinity, absolute, all-pervasive. First you are God. First you are God. Understand the point. Then only you are something else. Are you getting that point, please? First you are universe, then only galaxy, then only solar system, then only earth, then only... First you are Ishvara. That is why everybody is primarily related to Ishvara. Yetad yonini bhutani sarvani tupadharaya. Sarvani bhutani yetad yonini. In this is the yoni, the womb, the Ishvara. Everything begins from there. Our relationship, our primary relationship with Ishvara. Our secondary relationship with other people. Because of ignorance, our secondary relationship has become primary. When secondary relationship has become primary, when that goes wrong, you are looking for the primary relationship. But if your primary relationship is discovered, I am as divine as you are, as I am as much a part of divinity as you are, then we both are playing certain roles for some time. You are the father, I am the child. You are the mother, I am the child. You are the lover, I am the beloved. You are the husband, I am the wife. You are a friend, I am a friend. These are all secondary relationships. In ignorance, secondary relationship takes over the primary relationship. Understand? That is why as you sit down, you are connected to yourself first, not connected to the other person next. In the celebrated story when Abhimanyu passed away, Arjuna's only son. In the battle when he falls, Arjuna is devastated. When he is crying and miserable, Krishna says, let's go. You want to see him? Just a story, just to highlight. I'll take you to the heavens. He takes him to the heavens. Abhimanyu comes, the Jiva, prostrates to Paramatma, Ishwara, Krishna, and asks, who is he? To Arjuna he asked, who is he? That was enough. Arjuna said, let us go. Why? Jivatma recognizes the Paramatma. Another Jiva is a temporary relationship on every life. How many parents you have in every life? How many children you have in every life? How many sisters, how many brothers, how many relations? What all relationship you have? Which one you have to cry for? The roles go on changing. In the Mahabharata, you are acting like a Dhritarashtra. You are crying for your children. In Ramayana, you act like Dasaratha. Shall you cry for the Duryodhana or shall you cry for Rama? And when these two roles have dropped out, Dasaratha is gone, Dhritarashtra is gone, you are playing the role of, let us say, modern play. You are playing some role of somebody. A king. Will you cry for those things? Your roles go on changing. Secondary relationship, Ishvara, has inherent in it the loss of identity. It has to go. Falls off. Son has to pass, daughter has to pass, father has to go, mother has to go. Relationship, it has to collapse. But primary relationship, undisturbed. That is why Bhagavan Bhakta, inseparable relationship. Being yourself, Jnani, inseparable. You are the Jnana itself. Call it Brahman. So this expansion, understand, this expansion takes place. When you see this expansion very clearly, what is your first name? Ishvara. Everybody's first name. So if you want to name, what a name you should have? First, Ishvara, I. Then, universe, macrocosm. Then, galaxy. Then, solar system. Then, country, planet Earth. Then your country. Then your province. Then your town. Then your village. Then your house, you, your father, your mother, you. But the primary identification is Ishvara, I. That you can never lose. The secondary relationship can disappear. Ram Subramaniam will not exist. Raghavan will go. Names can change. People who are named themselves Madrasis, now they are Tamils. It was Madras province, now it is Tamil Nadu. Madras is gone, now Tamil Nadu. If you say Madrasi, nobody will understand. Tamilian. What happened to Madrasi? Suppose you stick to the name Hindustani. Indian, Hare, who is that Indian? No, Hindustani. Just take that example. Names change. And you can disintegrate. A country can disappear. Pakistanis have become Bangladeshis. Indians have become Pakistanis, Indians have become Bangladeshis, Indians have become Burmese, Indians become Ceylonese. What happened to? One country divided. All these fragile identities will disappear. You are not always a father. Always a husband. Wife goes, what husband? Husband disappears, what wife? Role, you are forced to give up. If you don't give up, you are miserable. It is already gone, but you want to hold on to the role. By holding on to memory, it will have no impact, except you going mad for some time. Whereas the fundamental identity, Ishvara. Who are you? Aham, Atma. The self, the consciousness, Ishvara. So everything is connected to the Absolute. Are you expanding your identity or discovering yourself a part of an expanded universe? Your mind shall be destroyed. You understand? You cannot stand. That is why this is so expansive. So you call it Tantra, Tanoti, that by expanding the vastness of it. In politically, you are destroyed by a political identity, one country, one village. What differences you make? Imagine. How many differences? Raghavan's family will fight with Bharatan's family, village. First wife children, second wife children, fight. First husband's child, second husband's. Just think how many divisions destroy people. Then family, village, village, country, country, state to state. This political party, that political affiliation, this political affiliation. This caste affiliation, that caste affiliation. This financial group, that financial group. You understand? Gender affiliation. What all things? Why people are destroyed in today's world? And you have all the riches to facilitate your quick destruction. Money. Purchase a gun, finished. In all these, there is one sanity. Identity already existing. That is why, as long as you encouraging, forcing people, trying to people, see the oneness, seeing the division in yourself, how do you see oneness everywhere? Are you getting that point, please? Seeing the division in yourself, how do you see the oneness everywhere? It's like you consider yourself a staunch Tamilian and you want to be an Indian. How? A fanatic provincialist is not going to be a nationalist. A staunch Indian, you cannot be a global citizen. Difficult. To be global, you have to give up something somewhere, a little. Or you need not give up, but accept little more. You need not give up your Indian identity, but you have to accept a global identity. No choice. That is why when you discover your divine, the total identity, no relative identity is given up, but everything has a place of its own. You see that oneness. And that both you see, come back to that verse. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakrutimastada apara yam. Yam apara prakriti. All the 5 elements, the whole macrocosmic universe. Mano buddhi ahankar. Yam apara. Itastu anyam. Other than this, itaha anyam. Other than this, when the whole macrocosmic universe along with your mano buddhi ahankar is taken away. Where are you? Whatever is existing. You remember your 5 elements, your mind, your intelligence, your individuality. Whatever is left behind, hey Arjuna, Viddhime Prakritim Param. Where is that, O Lord? Jiva Bhutam. It is in all the beings. By which Idam jagat dharyate. The whole universe is held, sustained. See how powerful. It's a lovely swing from infinity to finite. Again back to infinity. Ishvara, Ishvara, Ishvara. And that Sarvani Yoni Niti Upadharaya. Ete Praprakriti Aparaprakriti Sarvasya Yoni of everything. Meaning nothing stands apart from the totality. Everything has its source in this totality. And therefore Arjuna, Aham Krishnasya Jagata Prabhava Pralayastata. I am the Prabhava, I am the Pralaya. Krishnasya Sarvasya Jagata. This Jagat. Jagat means what? This word in Sanskrit is fantastic. Jagat, we call it universe. But Jagat means Jayate, Gacchati, Tishtati Iva. Ja, Ga, Tu. Tu means Tishtati Iva. As though existing. Jayate, Gacchati, Tishtati. In this creation, everything comes under this. Jayate, born, Gacchati, existing for some time, living for some time. Tishtati Iva. As though existing for some time. After a few years, gone. Your place is taken away. You are replaced by so many things. Elements that have gone into the formation of your body has gone into the formation of something else. The universe, totality continues. Matter neither created nor destroyed. With the birth of your body, new matter is not born into this universe. The death of your body, matter is not destroyed. Law of conservation of matter and energy. Everything is same. There is nothing called a death. It's only a change in the body. If you are aware of yourself, what is the death? You are always the consciousness. Ajo nitya saswatayam purana nahanyate hanyamane sarire. Sarire hanyamane sati, even when the body falls down, the person doesn't go. Why? Ajaha, unborn, nitya, eternal. Ajo nitya saswatayam purana. Ever existing as it is. Of which this body is part of this Jagat. Krishnasya Jagata. Not only one body, every body. That is why you have a camaraderie with the universe. After all, we are all brothers in elements. Whether it is a tiger, a rat or a cat, a tree or anything. If that camaraderie you discover, will you kill it? For what? That is why even to pluck a leaf, your hand trembles. Why? Think of it. But when you forget all this, go from this total sensitivity to total insensitivity born of ignorance, me and everybody. So for my sake, everybody can be killed. How you kill people? People destroy each other. Uneducated, gunned down. Educated with words, sharp. You destroy everybody. Think of it. Environmental disaster. You cannot control it as long as man is ignorant. One man's greed is good enough to destroy the whole world. One man. It takes just one person. One person. It successfully destroys the whole country. The whole world it will destroy. Ignorance. It completely destroys. Complete. Insensitivity. Highest kind. Krishnasya Jagata Prabhava Pralayastata. Everything part of this creation, Jagat, Jayate, Gacchati, Tishtati eva. Look at your own existence. How long shall you be alive? Born as a body, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 70 years, 8 years back. Gacchati continues. Tishtati eva, existing as though, after some time, history. One generation, one or two people around you may remember you existed. Thereafter nobody even remembers you walked this earth. elements that have gone into the formation of this body goes into the formation of something else. It's no more your body, your air, your water. As even while living, it is not your space you are carrying with heat. Your air you are breathing, your water you are drinking, your sunshine you are taking in, your earth you are walking. When the body disintegrates, of course, while living it was not yours. While dead, who cares? All belongs to him. Krishnasya jagata prabhava pralayastata. From me everything comes, by me everything goes. By and to me everything goes. So, how many things are there in this universe? Ishvara alone is. There is no one God. God alone is. There is a huge difference between the two statements. We believe in one God. Thanks. Keep your belief with yourself. Nothing wrong. There is no one God. God alone is. One God means there is a God also, I am also. He alone is. She alone is. Call it masculine, feminine, neuter. When you say God alone is, you are part of the inseparable part of the existence. Never stand apart. There is one God, then you fight. Understand? Aham mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti Dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, hey Arjuna. Mattah parataram kinchit nasti. There is nothing other than me. Just like earth can say, remember. The earth can say, there is no other country other than me. There is no village other than me. There is nothing in this earth which is not me. Mr. Earth, think. Earth now embodies itself as Mr. Earth. And in one sweep, he claims the ownership of everything. I am everything. No village, no country, no mountain, no leaf, no dust, no animal or worm exists away from me. Aham Krishnasya jagata. I am the one, everything. There is nothing stands apart from me. Earth. Can you fight with earth? What is the distance between earth and Tamil Nadu? What is the distance between earth and India and earth and London? There is no distance. Between England and India there is a distance. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidas. There is nothing other than me. So what name shall you give it to him? Sarvanama. Understand? Sarvanama. Sarvanama means what? Grammatical also pronoun. Pronoun na he. Yes, all names can belong to him only. He, she, it, doesn't matter. Pronoun. Sarvanama. But Sarvanama doesn't mean pronoun. Sarvanama means all names are his names. Sanskrit names, word is, it has the burden of infinity behind it. Sarvanama. It is everything. All names are his names. Nobody stands apart like earth. First it is earth, then only it is other countries. Why today earth is fighting? Think of it. Why the earth is fighting today? Different countries. Think. Different countries. India for Indians, Pakistan, Pakistan, China, Chinese, Japan, Japanese. But suppose we do one thing. In every national flag, put the globe. In every national flag, we put the globe. First it is earth, then India. First it is earth, then at least people may be remembering every national flag, the picture of the earth. In a country, everybody first Indian, then Korea, Hindi, Bengali, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, all that. First Indian. Can you remember that? First a human being. then rich, poor, man, woman. You see, to the extent, like first your family, then father, mother, husband, wife. First family, then your riches, poverty, or you are a vegetarian, non-vegetarian, smoking, not drinking, all nonsense. But first family, wherever that family, that idea is there, family is beautiful. Wherever the people have that feeling in a country, that country will be beautiful. If that feeling is there in a province, that province will be beautiful. If that feeling is there in society, society will be beautiful. First you belong to the group, then you belong somewhere. First you belong to Ishvara, then you belong to somebody. Are you getting that point? Primary, same principle. My first identity is Ishvara, Ahamatma. And he gives you that right to say so. When the president says, yes, you can say you are part of me. How do you like it? Ooh, not bad. Huh? I thought I am an ordinary person. No, you are not. You are part of India. Whew. Your confidence. You want to increase the confidence level of people? Nothing like infinite wisdom. Other confidence level are shattered. Why? Relative, comparable. Therefore, you are continuously frightened. You are afraid to say you are Indian those days. Now no more. Why? India is rich. Everything is available here. Previously, your cousin coming from America, you have to ask them, where are you from? He has to tell everybody I am from America. Oh, you have an American cousin also? Now they are coming for the job here. You don't care. You didn't get the shoes, you didn't get the cameras, you did not get the perfumes. So when they are coming they are pouring a bucket of perfume on themselves and coming. Now you don't even worry. Why? A stinking thing available everywhere. Gone. You are proud of your education. Local degree. Somebody has got national level. Somebody, foreign return. Destroyed. Your local Mr. Beauty, Mr. Universe, or local Mr. Adimanamlai. And you come across Mr. Tamil Nadu, out. Miss Tiruvannamalai now becomes Miss India. Ooh, Miss World. Think. Comparison. One incomparable existence is Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mayi protam idam sarvam sutre maniyanaiva. That is where again your confidence. Ishvara. That is why believe in God brings you believe in yourself. People don't understand. They say, believe in God makes him weak. Yeah, because you don't neither understand yourself nor you understand God. Believe in yourself, meaning when you discover yourself who you are, that brings you a natural leap into the totality, Ishvara, or belief in Ishvara. That confidence there brings the confidence in yourself. Both way it is fine. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti sabdyate. Call it Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. But your confidence comes from money, you'll be continuously threatened. It comes from your job, of course you are threatened. Comes from education, what are you talking? These are all comparable stuff. Each day superseded. Somebody else takes over. I'm young, very proud. One day you become old, finished. Think of it. Appreciate. Whereas this is your absolute identity, incomparable. Mai sarvamidam prota mani sutre manigana. Hey Arjuna, in me, please see the beauty, in me sarvamidam protam. Otaprota. Everything is sustained, held by me. How? Sutre Maniganaiva. Like one thread passing through diamonds, passing through gold, passing through flowers, holds the diamond, holds the garland together. One thread of consciousness passing through the whole garland of the universe. I am the thread. And each one of us, that thread in through us, the thread of consciousness in and through. Individual flower may fall off, the thread continues, garland is majestic. You understand the beauty of it? So sweet. The flower fades away, falls off. The thread doesn't. Consciousness thread doesn't fade away. Neither it ages, nor it disintegrates. But the body flower, growing, changing, disintegrating, falls off. It makes no difference to the totality. The nearby flower will miss it one day, but soon it is replaced by something. Goes away. That is how people forget the death. However near or dearer somebody may be, the part of you, inseparable. You die, you cry, you hate yourself, you do anything, but you have to survive. And after a few days, few years, distant memory. 10 years' time, almost forgotten. Of course, some people cannot take it, they commit suicide. That doesn't solve the problem. Understand? As I told you there, even this tendency to commit suicide, what are you trying to kill? Listen, I can't take it. Listen carefully. Who commits suicide? Individuality commits suicide. I cannot take it. When you say, I cannot take it, who cannot take it? Body or your individuality? That I cannot take it. You can't take yourself, individuality. You want to get out of that one. That is why you take a pill, so that your mind goes to sleep, individuality sleeps. But people don't know that in their search for suicide, they want the sacrificing of the individuality. The knowledge, you crave for the knowledge of the Absolute. Not knowing it, they kill the body. Body has no problem. Does the body miss another body? Does your body miss another body? I. Understand? So garland is continuous. The whole garland of the universe, ever shining. Sutre Maniganaiva, like jewels. Through the jewel the thread passes. Each one of us is a jewel. What a jewel you are, changing jewel. From childhood until now, how much you have grown and changed. How many memories have gone. One day you shall fall off. Understand? Your father has gone, your mother has gone, grandfather, grandmother to whom you loved. You forget that you are becoming a father of somebody. You are becoming the grandfather of somebody. You are becoming the great-grandfather. You will fall off. I don't miss my grandfather, but I don't want to die as a grandfather. Huh? If they are not gone, you won't be here. Generations must pass. But everybody is like a garland, part of the garland. We are one thread of consciousness. So that thread that you are, the thread that I am, thread that everybody is, one and the same. There is no difference whatsoever. That is why you celebrate living, never mourn the dead. Celebrate living. As long as you are alive, I love you. Tell somebody, when somebody is alive, I love you. I care for you. Anything you want to give, give. Not dukkham, no pain, no unhappiness. When you give sukham, give it. Cannot give, don't give anything. After death, building a Taj Mahal makes no difference to the dead one. A word before the death is much more wonderful. I'm grateful to you for what you did to me. That will pass as a monument. If you tell somebody while alive, you show your gratitude to somebody who is alive, that word will ring in his life for the rest of it. Sincere gratitude, sincere appreciation, sincere love, affection. But today, if your affection depends on how much money you are giving me, what diamond you are giving me, what house you are living behind me, what cars, first read the will, then proportionate love. Right? Read the will. Diamonds? Diamond to somebody? Wrote everything to somebody, then go there. Why me? True. True. So helpless people, old people, what do they do that? They have to give it to their children, even if they don't want. Why? What to do? Help, think. Can your love, affection, everything? From this understanding, it transcends the barrier of so-called materialism, so-called physical contact, absence of it. Riches, no riches, doesn't matter. Ishvara, Ishvara. That was the beauty. In a very traditional, simple society, love was ruling supreme. Now money rules supreme. Your grandfather never had anything to give it to you. Your great-grandfather, imagine that generation. They did not have much except love and affection. A little hug, little look, sharing their poverty with such enthusiasm. The person shared his poverty with such enthusiasm. You relished it. Today, rich man's throwing a little crumb. Oof, you hate it. If you have gone through life, you know what it is. Simplicity is forgotten. This divinity is all about simplicity. Everything is same. Ishvara, Ishvara, Ishvara. Mai sarvam idam protam sutre maniganaiva. Hey Arjuna, everything is sustained by me like this. And how am I? Read. The next 2, 3, 4 verses, just glorification. Goes into the mood of it. Read. Rasoham apsu kaunteya Prabhasmi shashi suryayoho Pranava sarva vedeshu Sabdake paurusham nrushu Punyam gandha prithibhyam che Tejaschasmi vibhavaso Jivanam sarva bhuteshu Tapaschasmi tapassishu Bijam mam sarva bhutanam Vidhi partha sanatanam Buddhim buddhimatamasmi Tejas tejasvinamaham. Thus you can see now, go from the standpoint of Ishvara all this now. Matta parataram nanyat kinchit. Hey Arjuna, there is nothing other than me. You become one with that. Are you getting that? And so when you talk about Ishvara, you don't exist. think from standpoint of his I. When he says I, there is nothing other than he. If you just to tell you certain stories, like that, like Purusha Prakriti. From the standpoint of I, Purusha, the whole thing is Prakriti. Brahman consciousness, whole thing is Prakriti. It will come later on. Everybody is part of it. He is the Purusha. Everybody is three as the Prakriti. That is why Mira's statement. When Mirabai went to Vrindavan, there was a great sage living there. So she wanted to meet the great sage. When he sent the words to the sage through the students, the brahmachari, the students, comes back and says, our teacher doesn't see any woman. He doesn't meet any woman. Mira smiles and says, I never knew in Braja, in this Mathura, Braja, there is another Purusha other than Krishna. It's a great statement. Truth is the only Purusha. Rest is three. Prakriti, Maya. So when a man also is a woman, feminine principle. Woman also, feminine principle. Both are. There is nothing other than it. So when you say I, nobody is excluded. Man, woman, things, nothing. Nothing stands apart. Just like when the king says I, the whole kingdom echoes with it. President says I, the whole country echoes with it. When you say I, the whole body echoes with it. The leg cannot say, mouth has said I, let the mouth walk. Just take simple example, in your own body. Mouth says, oh, I have to go now to the temple. Now the leg will say, mouth has said, let him walk. Cannot. He is controlled by one, from top to toe. Different limbs belongs to one. Why it runs so beautifully? But the limbs do not develop individuality. In a human society, even though all are limbs, each limb develops individuality. What a headache. That is why living with human beings, oh boy, it takes all your wisdom to live with the madcaps. Insane, ignorant individual. What can you do? Each one develops his individuality. That's why you can control the machines, productivity very high. Controlling people, one man can siphon off the entire profit. Just a story. One fellow, he really siphoned off. He siphoned off everything. He took millions. Purchased a beautiful house, like front house, purchased the fastest car, yachts, executive jet, millions he siphoned off from the company. And now, later on, after a long time, the owner wakes up. Then he says, look, anyway, we had a $5 billion company. You have taken away 50 million. It's nothing much, but now you must go. And I want you to go quietly, so that there is no scandal. Because if there is a scandal, the stock exchange, the company will collapse. The stock value will go down. So whatever you have taken. Now go happily. I'm giving you letter, you just go. Then this man smiled and said, if it is so, then why are you taking to a new one? Anyway, I have taken enough, I won't take any more. So why are you taking another fellow who will take some more also? I mean, that is a nonsense. People do that. No? Think of it. Anyway, this one person can siphon off the entire profit. Machines will not be ungrateful. Human beings will be ungrateful. Machines will not go mad. And by chance they go mad, you can control. Switch off. By chance the machine goes mad, switch off. If the fellow goes mad, switching off. The more you try to switch off, he thinks you are abnormal. What do? He retains his right to be mad and stupid. What do? Understand? That is why appreciation. When you see that, when he says, I, everything is included, nobody stands apart. And therefore, you clearly appreciate, Rasoham apsu kaunteya, aham he kaunteya, apsu aham rasam, rasam saram. I am indeed essence of everything everywhere. What makes water, water, that is me. What makes fire, fire, that is me. What makes air, air, that is me. What makes a person, that is me. What makes anything, anything, that is me. I am the essence. Ooh, what line. Nobody stands apart. That is why human beings, only human beings, you can exploit that possibilities, be as divine as divinity. You can be wise, or you can totally misuse it and can be worse than an animal. Rest of the creation, absolutely beautiful. Animals have no conflict. They don't wage world war, second world war, third world war. Have you seen in Africa? Well, so many animals, do they fight? Fight for survival. Yesterday, somebody sent me a little clip by National Geography. A cheetah caught a baboon. Grouching. You can see that. I can't show you in a small cutie one. And goes to baboon. Boom. Of course, mauls him off. Mauls are off. It's a female one. Then carries it. And goes to the tree. Takes it on the tree and keeps it and eats. As he's taking it, dragging it, the baby is born from the baboon. Now the baby, by habit, goes to the mother's stomach. He goes there. When he's going there, he starts making noise. Can you believe this cheetah? He traps the mother and takes the baby. Like his own baby, takes like this and instinctively now starts playing with it, lies down, suckle. You cannot believe this. And if he's going away, takes it away, takes it away, takes it away. And because he lives on the tree, so this baby also going on, so he goes behind him or to fall off, right. When he goes under the tree, this baby has gone, it goes down and looks at it and tries to pull it down. And then keeps it on him. The animals don't, amazing. Sometimes these monkeys, they take a baby kitten, like a baby to hold it, and do not leave it. Only human beings. That's why to call a human being animal is to disrespect animal. Please understand that. What makes anything, anything. That's why the divinity. Understanding of yourself. You want to be a beautiful human being, you must have the godly touch. Don't try to be a god and make it a manly god. It's nice to make a godly man and then make a manly god. It's a disaster. A lot of manly god these days, Everybody worshipped. Remove that God's photos, sit down themselves. That's why when today's Guru, okay, you can say that, people remove the gods, Gurus are worshipped. You go to people's puja room, Shiva is gone, Rama is gone, Vishnu is gone, Dakshinamurti is gone, now these people are hanging in the puja room. And they're so conditioned, the people who are doing that are so well conditioned, they can't even, frightened. And such people will push the photos of their gurus on everybody also. Hey, I'm going to your puja room, namaskar, then leave a photo and go. Now you are destroyed. You don't know what to do with it. Average people, they don't know what to do with it. Because you worship a man as a god, then you put some fellow has put that one there. Now what do? Now you are afraid. Suppose it's real God, what will happen? The fear. By chance such a thing is there anytime fear, you remove everything, pack it up nicely, leave it in an ashram and go. What ashram will do? You don't worry about it. Understand? It's a pure psychological torture, fanaticism. Understand? Ishvara, Ishvara. Any form you can worship, because any form I can worship. Why not in this form? Yes, but don't force it on somebody. What you want to do, you do. But don't force it on somebody. If I don't force a God on you, why do you force a man on me? As simple as that. Oh, that's my God. Keep it. Who says not? Keep it. No problem. Please. Rashoham apsikondi. Pravasmi sasishurya. Sasishurya prabha. Yat prabha. That brilliance that is in the Sasi and Surya, moon and the sun. Meaning all the planets and stars, that brightness is mine. Sarva Vedeshu Pranava. In through all the Vedas, I am the Pranava. Sarve Vedayat Padamamanandi. So, to refer this, go to the Kathopanishad and see that. Sarve Vedayat Padamamanandi. All the Vedas talk about what? Tapamsi Sarvani Chayat Vadanti. All the austerities are undertaken to understand what? Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti, desirous of which people take to study contemplation. Tatte padam sangrahena prabhakshi. He Nachiketas, I shall tell you in a brief. Om iti etad, that Omkara. Sarva Vedeshu, aham Omkar, I am the Omkar. Why? One word, one name, one letter includes everything in this universe. Akara, Ukara, Makara, waking, dream, deep sleep. Silence before, silence after, silence in between. The formless absolute. Akara, gross body. Ukara, subtle body. Makara, causal body. Other than the gross, subtle, causal, absolute consciousness, yourself. In and through, before, after. Omkara. One word at once described. More about it, study in the Kathopanishad. Every time Omkara comes, if you have to give an explanation, what nonsense. You study for yourself. Same thing, but it's beautiful. Om. One word. If you want to give a name to the universe, both the formless and form aspect of it, Om Ishvara. Saguna, Nirguna, together. That is why you worship Omkara, you worship a form. Choices. It's a contemplation. That Omkara is here, Aham is here, Absolute is here. Everything yourself. Sabdam Khe, Paurusam Nrusu. I'm the sound in the space. Paurusam Nrusu. Nrusu, Paurusham. In and through all the man, human beings, manliness, Paurusam, strength, I am in all the beings. Nrushu, in all the human beings, Paurusham, master, masterful presence, I am. Purusha Shivava. Purusha means what? Purusha, man, woman, stuff he's talking about. Nrushu, Nara means only mana. Nara means, in the human beings, I am the masculinity, the strength. A woman should be strong, man also should be strong. Remember that little thing I was telling you, like the tradition where you got Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Brahma, creator, married Saraswati. Vishnu, sustainer, married Lakshmi. Shiva, the destroyer, one who changes everything, married to Shakti. Very beautiful. To create, you need knowledge. Therefore, Brahma married to Saraswati, Vidya, knowledge. To sustain, you need wealth. So Vishnu marries to Lakshmi. To change, you need power. Shiva marries to Shakti. So beautiful. So every man and woman in this creation, in this world, Must be a miniature Vishnu, miniature Shiva, miniature Brahma. Get wedded to knowledge, get wedded to wealth, get wedded to power. You don't need constitution for that. This is tradition. But what do you do? Just because constitution says people follow it. When changes come from within, each child is known. You give your importance to son and daughter equally. As much the son needs the education, son needs this wealth, son needs the power, the daughter also needs education, daughter also needs wealth, daughter also needs power. So what is the question of making the woman in the first place secondary citizen to give him the power? Why denying him power to empower? It begins at the home, not in the constitution there. But doesn't begin. Why it doesn't begin at home? People are ignorant. And you cannot remove ignorance by constitutional amendment. It's only by teaching. That is why culture, this thought, this idea, this learning, until you learn change this, what happens? You don't change people. Then culture becomes a vulture. You shall see man works like a manly swagger, woman secondary. Huh? Do they? Oh, I see. So the woman said, nothing doing. Beautiful. Highly educated, broken up. Each one lives his own life. How beautiful. You understand? Each one has the divinity in him. Paurusham, Nrushu does not mean manliness in man. Humanity, masculinity, strength in all the beings I am. Punyam gandha pratibhyam cha, we shall see tomorrow. Punyam gandha pratibhyam cha, in Prithivi. Gandhavati vasundhara, all the smells, fragrance come out of this earth. I am that. Tejas chasmi vibhavasu, in the sun I am the brilliance. Then Jivanam sarvabhuteshu. Sarvabhuteshu jivanam. What is the most precious thing in human life? Life itself. If you are alive, you need something else. If you are dead, what do you need? So sarvabhuteshu jivanam. That is why you are alive itself is the greatest blessing. Do you understand? I have told you so many times. What is the most important ingredient for enjoying life? Not car, not house. To be alive. If you are dying, what things you need to enjoy life? When you are alive, why should you need things to enjoy life? What enjoy? Do you understand the sense of satisfaction, fulfillment? I'm alive. See, hear, taste, touch. That's why this color of the sky enchants you. A little cool breeze magically touches your life. A little fragrance intoxicates you. You live life in the highest absolute excitement all the time. Why? Alive. No, my life depends on only if I get a diamond only. Car is not there. Such guys, you can write off. If you are around those people, you will be miserable. If you are around those people also, you will be miserable. Why? Their dreams are nightmares. Conditional. Only if I have this, only if I have that, only if I have this, I will be happy. Oh boy, can you make them happy? Try to fulfill the emptiness inside. You cannot. That is why, see it for yourself, sir. Jivanam sarvabhutesu. Tapaschasmi tapasyasi. In all austere person, I am the austerity. If indulgence in indulgent, I am austerity in austere person. In fact, anything, anywhere you see Arjuna, it indeed is myself. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi mam sarvabhutanam bijam. I am the seed of all the beings. Nothing comes away from me. It's like the earth telling, I am the water, I am the ocean, I am the mountain, I am the leaf, I am this samashti, Ishvara, he says. In that language, and he says that every moment you are included. More he says, I am everything, more you are included. More you are included. You do not stand apart. Why you feel so beautiful? In a relative knowledge, why you feel so miserable? Because you are excluded. When I say I am rich, you are poor. When I am PhD, you are uneducated. I am handsome, you are stupid. I am young, you are old. Everything I say, you are excluded. Why the Vedanta Upanishads, everybody loves it. When I say I am happiness, you are happiness too. When I say I am Sachidanandosmi, are you not? When I say I am Shiva, are you not Shiva? Shivoham Shivoham, you are also Shiva. Whatever I am, that's what you are. Included, all inclusive. But relative identities, it is not so. That is why people feel threatened. When I say I'm rich, you are poor. I'm young, you are old. I'm handsome, you are stupid. Or you have to flatter somebody. Even if you are handsome, you should say, you are nice, I am useless. Oh. What is boosting morale? Even if you are rich, you should pretend to be poor, so that the poor fellow feels rich, right? Pretentiousness. Once the person discovers you are really rich, he knows you are hurting him more now. Because you told him he is rich when you are not really, he is not really richer than you. It will hurt him more. Your hypocrisy comes soon clearly out. Ishvara, honesty, absolute honesty. And this knowledge, you can be freely honest. It doesn't hurt anybody. Why? It doesn't hurt to tell somebody you are infinity. He is absolute. You're not telling a lie to him. It's not some type of pep talk. That's what it is. Sarva bhutanam bija. Partha sanatanam bijamiti buddhi. Vidhi. Sanatana. Eternally fresh. I am the sanatana. Sadayeva nutana. Eternally fresh. Beginningless, timeless seed of the universe. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. Tejas tejashinamam. I am the brilliance in the bright, in the brilliant. Meaning there is nothing other than me. That when you see this, no more the individual arrogates anything to himself. By chance you are intelligent, thank God. By chance you are handsome, thank God. By chance you are rich, thank God. By chance you are poor, thank God. Use it, get out. Anything, first accept, then work on it. That gives you tremendous confidence. Understand? You find yourself with something, but later on you can grow out. Just like your identity. Because ignorance, you identify with your body, but later on you grow out of the identity. When you are growing out of the identity, should you have rich identity or poor identity? Huh? Ultimately, both identities are falling off. So everything is beautiful. I'm happy with myself. And that indeed, touch of Ishvara in your life. We'll see more of it tomorrow. Just enjoy it. Close your eyes, please. Thank you, friends.